Sandra. I'm asking you to give it up acting like you can live such a sloppy life as that. You had the lights in your room on all night long. Huh? This whole week, you've been in your room all day and we'll be awake all night long with the lights on until 3 in the morning. Staying up that late every single night not doing anything is sloppy. You are too old now to be living the life of a night owl. Now, you stop locking yourself in that room all the time and get your crap together and start living like an adult. You're telling me that this whole week you've been waking up at 3 in the morning to look at my room? I have not just been waking up only to look at your room, you idiot. I've just been coming to see what's going on with you, all right? Huh? What's going on with me? I need to make sure that you are changing into a proper adult, and that requires me checking up on you to see if you're getting your sleep or not. But you've always been in your room with the lights on. And whenever you do come out of there during the day, I take a look in there and see the room is a complete mess. I'm asking you right now to give that terrible life up and go find a proper job that will get you out of this house. But I've told you before that I am working a job right now. I've explained to you so many times now what it means to be a remote worker and that I can work from my bedroom. What do you mean, remote worker? All you do is sit on that laptop making minimum wage every day. Do you get it? That kind of work isn't work at all. All you're doing is sitting in your room all day long doing absolutely nothing. Not again with you saying that about me. If you can't understand the work I do, then that's fine. Just leave me alone and let me get my work done that needs to get done, please. I am not going to let you sit in that room rotting away. You have to become a responsible adult at some point. Your mom and dad aren't going to be there to help you along forever, right? If they pass away and you're still not able to care for yourself, then that means I'll be the one forced to step in and care for you. I do not want a life like that, so that's why I'm trying to help you out now. I'm telling you right now that things won't end up that way, so you can relax now. I don't even plan on having you guys help me out at all in the future, just like things are now. I'm sure you're just saying that. I'm going to make sure that you end up as a proper adult if that's the last thing I have to do. I want you out in the real world working a real job, or so help me. So this won't be the last time I comment on your lifestyle right now, and the comments won't stop coming until you become an adult. Can you guys please stop all of this, Bart? I am tired of having your wife come at me all the time about the life I'm living right now. All of the comments are completely unwanted, and I just want to live life the way I like it. This is Mom and Dad's house as well, so she has no reason to be complaining like that.
You have to be kidding. She's getting on you again? What happened this time?
Normally, I'm to bed pretty early when it comes to my average week. But this week, I've been up until 3 in the morning getting some work done that desperately needs to be finished. However, she's now commenting on that, saying I shouldn't be such a night owl at my age. And she started calling my lifestyle sloppy and my room a mess.
What?
I've been keeping a lot of what she's been doing quiet from you, but I have to tell you now. Did you know that when I'll go out of the house from time to time, she'll watch me from the second-story window? She watches me as I leave the yard and will be watching me as I walk back in. And once I'm back inside, she'll tell me that if I'm going to the store to buy things for myself there, I should also try picking up some shifts there. And she'll say so to me like such a smart aleck.
Really?
And recently, she's been telling all the neighbors about how I'm some sort of shut-in who never leaves her bedroom. Because of that, whenever I go and take the trash out, they all give me cold stares. I think I've had enough of this, Bart.
Never thought she'd be taking all that so far. I'm so sorry, Sandra. I've been trying so hard to explain to Jane the kind of work you do for a living, but she never wants to listen to me about it.
Today, she told me that I'll probably make minimum wage with the work I'm doing now. I thought in this day and age it was a totally normal thing to work remotely, right? Yet, how could someone her age be so against believing in what it is?
I think things like remote work are only done by those that live in cities or more heavily populated areas. I'm thinking she doesn't understand how you're able to work remotely when we live in such a small countryside town. So that's led to her thinking that you're nothing more than a shut-in.
Wait. It's because we live all the way out here that I'm working remotely. We live in the 21st century now, where almost everyone has access to the internet, making it possible for me to work all the way out here.
I've tried to explain that to her. And I'll let her know that you're making enough money right now that you wouldn't have to worry about finances even if you lived on your own. But she said to me that since you're still living in the same house as Mum and Dad, you can't possibly be making that much. And that's why she's so hell-bent on believing that you're making minimum wage or perhaps less.
So she probably thinks I'm only making a couple $100 a month then. Which is strange since I'm making over $10,000 every month right now.
I don't want to go telling her how much you're making, because that might only make things worse. But maybe now would be the right thing to do, huh?
I'm sure no matter what we tell Jane, she's not going to believe us. She'd probably think it's all a lie right away, since nobody who lives out here is making $200,000 a year.
I'm sure that's true.
I think at this point, no matter what she's told, she's just going to continue calling me a shut-in. She wants to look like the perfect new wife in town to everyone. That's why she started lying to the neighbors about me now, right? She wants people thinking that she's so amazing as your wife that she's even willing to try and help me become an adult in her eyes.
I'm so sorry about what Jane's doing.
I don't really want you apologizing to me for what she's doing, Bart. Just from now on, I'd like for her to stop getting in the way of me and my work. It's because of her and her actions towards me that I've been having trouble focusing, and it's begun to set me back.
All right. I'll tell her to stay away from your room from now on, okay?
How's it going, Sandra? I'm sure you've noticed that your room is looking a whole lot better than it did before, right? Are you going to tell me that you've gone into my room again without my permission? Well, for a while now, I've been interested in that room of yours. I've been told by both your parents and by Bart now to not go near your room anymore. But when it comes to a shut-in like you in your room, it's like a pig in its sty in there. So I thought as your brother's wife, I should clean it up a little for you. If I'm not asking you to go in there, then please refrain from going near my room. Also, where are my things right now? I think you went past the point of just cleaning up my room, as there's literally nothing in here now. Anything that I thought I could make a little money off of, I sold. What? You sold it all? You even sold the laptop that was on my desk in here? Well, that thing being in your room was the main reason you'd never get out of there and get a job. So I took that useless piece of garbage and made some money off it. Now you'll finally be forced to leave your room and go out to find a real job. You have to be lying to me. Why the hell would you sell my work laptop like that? Also, I was told something by your mom. You are living in here with both your parents still, yet you never pay for rent or anything. Being the age you are now, it's not okay to take advantage of your parents like that. So I took all that money I made off your things and handed it to your parents as rent for all the years you've spent living here. There is no freaking way all of this is happening to me. What the hell is wrong with you, Jane? You were told by everyone in this house to specifically not come near my room. And what's worse than you not even listening to anyone is the fact that you sold all of my things for work. I've had enough of this, all right? Huh? What things for work of yours did I sell? That laptop was only being used for gaming, and I know it, you lost cause of a shut-in. I told you, I'm not just some shut-in. How many more times am I going to have to tell you that? I've even given you my business card explaining to you who I am and what my job description is. If you still can't find a way to believe me even after I've shown you, then how about you give my company a call and ask? Then you could find out if I'm really working a so-called real job or not. There is nothing in it for me to waste my time calling them. And let's be honest, you really think someone like you is going to be working for a company based in New York City? And working remotely in this town? I don't even have any friends out here that believe you can work remotely in this town. Well, your friends had all better start believing it because I really am working remotely for that company. I was able to make it into a company like that because I gave it my all in school and worked for years to get into a position that allowed me to work from home. And for a while now, I've been living a happy life at home with my parents making lots of money working from my room. But now it's all been ruined by some know-it-all witch. I am not going to forgive you for any of this. Why are you getting so upset with me? You can't be getting that upset with me just because I sold your favorite gaming laptop. I guess this goes to show that you really were doing nothing but gaming while hiding away in that room. Huh? Let me keep telling you that no matter how much you cry and whine, this was all your fault because you never grew up and got a job. I'm totally in the right for selling all your things in order to pay your parents back. Well, then I'm selling this house. I cannot stand having you living in the same house as me. If you really cannot stand living with me to the point you'll sell all my things, then I'll take this one step further and sell the place. But when that happens, good luck to you and my brother because you won't have a place to live anymore. Now get all your things together and get out of here. Huh? What are you going on about now? You want to sell this house? You don't have any right to sell your parents' house. Don't you dare start saying such baseless crap just because you're upset with me. I do have the right to sell this place, though. This house is my house, after all. If anything, not even my parents have the right to sell this place. What? This house is yours, Sandra? When talking to my parents about moving back in with them, we decided to have a larger house built that would be more open for all of us. And when having this house built, I was the one to pay for it all. Yet after handing away all my money for a house like this and having my name on it, why do I have to be the one treated like crap by someone I let stay here? If this is how things are going to be, Jane, then this whole house is going away, and I'll move somewhere else. Wait a second there. What the hell have you been going on about? Seriously. You said that this house is yours and that you paid for this whole house to be built? A shut-in should never have the ability to do something like that. That's why I've been telling you that I am not some shut-in. I am a woman making $200,000 a year. I make all that money just by sitting on my computer and working from home all day. And living out in the countryside means that someone like me making that kind of money can go all out building a house because the land and everything is cheaper. What? You're making $200,000 a year? Sandra, you're really making that much? You have heard about everything from my brother already. He told you that I'm making enough where if I lived on my own, I'd never have to worry about money. Yet you chose to think that I was only making a couple grand a year when really I'm making over $10,000 a month. And with a bonus added to that each year, I'm at $200,000. That's a lie. Living all the way out here, there's no way you're making that much. I knew that you'd never come around to believing me. Even now. But this is all the truth, and you'd better start understanding that right now. If you are still finding it so hard to believe me, then give that company a call that's on my business card. You can talk with them about all the work I'm doing and about how I'm working remotely right now, and about the kind of money I'm making in my position currently. But there's no way. At the start, I had planned on buying an older house and renovating it for my parents and I to move into. But then my brother heard about it and asked if you both could move in with us. So to make things better, I just had that older house torn down and had a brand new house built. What? My brother was fine moving into the renovated house with us before, but you wanted a larger place. Somewhere you could have kids and not have to worry about rooms and all that stuff. So you told him the only way you'd come back with him to live with his parents again was if there was a larger house involved. So there you go. That's why this brand new house was built using all my money. You had said that to him before, right? You wanted a larger house to live in if you were going to be moving in with his parents? Bart came to us instead of you, though, asking that we have a brand new house built, all so that you'd be allowed to move back in with my mom and dad. He explained to us that you guys didn't have the money either to help out with the new house, but said that by being with us, it would help out come time for you to have kids. He really wanted for you to be happy moving in with his parents, and this was the only way that could happen. But My parents and I accepted what he had said and changed the plans of renovating the house into building a brand new one. All because you wanted that. My parents were excited about the future where they could live with their grandkids, and I was happy to have you guys around with whatever cute kids you'd have. But back then I never thought that you'd be such a monster and subject me to so much hell while living in my house. Wait. This whole time, who did you think was paying for such a house as this? It couldn't have been my brother, and my parents don't have the money for it, so it's been me this whole time. That's why when you asked my mom if I was paying her any rent to stay here, she said no. I'm the one paying for everyone to live here. I made an agreement with my parents that if I were to pay for the place by myself, then I'd get to make the rules and not have to owe anything to anyone. So now, why do I have to have all my things sold and that money handed over to my parents as rent? No, wait, that was... The only reason I haven't made my brother pay for anything is because I'm a really nice little sister. I knew that you both had been thinking about kids, and I wanted you guys to save up for the future with them. So to save you guys, especially you, from being so stressed out, I told your husband no thank you when he offered to pay a part of the bills. Is that so? Yet even after all of this, I have the one woman I've been so nice to calling me a shut-in. You called me a lost cause as well, right? Even though I'm the one working as the breadwinner in this whole dang house? Everyone's even tried explaining my situation to you, but you just ignore all of that, instead telling the neighbors that I'm some sort of freeloading loser. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to finally reach my boiling point. Wait, Sandra. Now I'd like for you to get all your things together and start preparing for when you have to leave this house. But if you want some advice from me, maybe selling it all and using that money for a new house is a better idea. You already know how to sell things so easily, so you should be able to make some money off of all your things, no problem. So hurry it up, witch.
I'm so sorry, Sandra. I already heard about what's going on from Jane. I never thought things like this would turn out so bad for us. I promise that I will pay you back for all of those things of yours she sold. Jane has been saving up some money for a little while now, so I'll be using that money to pay you back, so please do not get too worked up over this.
Then I'll definitely be taking that money from you, but as for things with her, I just couldn't handle them anymore, so I'm going to ask that the both of you still move out of this house. I've already talked with Mom and Dad about my decision, and I am having this house sold.
What? You just had this place built not too long ago.
This is all because Jane went all around the neighborhood saying that I'm a shut-in and that I'm a lost cause. Even Mom and Dad have to deal with the embarrassment of all those lies now, so we have to get out of here. Especially now that they know the truth about how Jane had been lying and are now calling Mom and Dad idiots for letting something like that happen here.
Is that so?
Of course, I'm bringing Mom and Dad along with me to the new house I plan to buy, so don't worry about what'll happen to them. As of right now, they're both working hard to make sure we have a place to move into here really soon. They would like to live in a large apartment this next time around. Even possibly a condo or something if we really like to. They're going over all of that right now with the realtor.
I'll see. If both you and Mum and Dad are okay with moving out, then I can't say anything against it.
I'm sure having to deal with Jane after this, by yourself, is going to be a real pain, but do your best not to go insane.
Sure. I'll try my best with her. Actually, this is the perfect time for me to bring up a divorce to her. I plan to make her responsible for all that's happened, as she is, and then get her kicked out of this family.
What? You plan to get a divorce now, Bart?
Actually, it's because of her that there's been some trouble for me at work. I've kept this all of a secret from you all, but I'm actually at my limits with her as well. I'm going to use you being upset with her as cover, Make that my get-out plan from this marriage.
She's caused trouble for you at work as well? What the hell did she do to you there?
When things have calmed down a bit, I'll tell you. For right now, I need to get to kicking her out of this house. I plan to be out of this house myself sometime this week. So she needs to get out.
What am I going to do, Sandra? I was just told by Bart that he wants to get a divorce. He told me he can't stand me anymore. He said that I've gone and ruined things for his family and for his career, so he doesn't need me anymore. I heard from him that you went and did something to cause him some trouble at work. I didn't do anything to him, though. I was just being his wife and was trying to get close with all of the people in the neighborhood. And, well, while talking to them, I started to talk about the kind of work that he's been up to. But how does me just saying a few things about his work land me in the position of getting a divorce? Well, you had to have done something pretty bad for him to want a divorce, right? How the hell did you talk about his work that led to there being trouble for him? I just said that my husband happens to be a hairstylist. I said that he studied at a school in New York City and then moved back to this town to work. So I asked all those people to please go and give him a try and see how well he does. I said that if they gave him my name and said that I sent them, he'd do all sorts of things for them. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. Telling them that they'd receive all kinds of things from him without even asking him first? Huh? What's so wrong with me doing something like that? I was trying to be a good wife by giving him a lot of customers and making friends. And when it comes to Bart, he's so good that he's even able to cut your dad's hair. When it comes to cutting hair, I think he needs to be better than just cutting my dad's hair. My dad barely has any in the first place, so I think you're overestimating Bart a little too much. And using that as your reasoning for Bart treating those people to extra things is just not okay. But... From what I've heard, Bart has had to give around 100 free haircuts to people from all over town because of you. You think him losing that much money is something you can call supporting him? What? I didn't know that. That is all because you said he'd give them some special things if they said that you were the one that recommended them. Some of the customers were so upset with him that if he wasn't going to give them a haircut for free, they'd report him for scamming them. Bart has said that pretty much everyone in town got a free haircut from him and that there will only be more people coming. All because of that, your husband hasn't been making any money now. And worse than that, this has caused a lot of people to lose faith in him. No way! And if you didn't think your causing troubles for him at work wasn't enough, don't forget about what you've done to me. After having labeled me as a shut-in and doubted my work for so long, Bart has been trying to get the both of you out of here. He's been trying to save up for a place the both of you can enjoy, but you've gone and ruined most of his business, and now he doesn't have the money to. And just recently, you went and took all of the things out of my room and sold them, including the things I use for work. I think it's fair to say that you had this coming, and him wanting a divorce is totally warranted. I was just trying to be a good wife. I wanted to make sure that your parents loved me as well since I've been living with them. I wanted to get their shut-in daughter to find a job, and I wanted to support my husband's business. And I wanted everyone in this town to know who I am and what I stood for. Well, then go and ask all those people you've been trying to gain respect from what they really think of you. Ask them if it was really okay to call your sister-in-law a shut-in and lost cause when she's making $200,000 a year. And ask if it was the right decision to sell all my things and give the money to my parents as rent. And don't forget to ask them if it was right to ruin your husband's business in order to get everyone free haircuts. I really want you to ask them all if they think what you've been doing has made you a great wife. But that's... I can see that you really want to become a great wife for my family, but everything you've done so far has been a total miss. And you're making fun of your sister-in-law over something you couldn't comprehend has turned you into a monster. I get that life is so hard for you when you get to move into a house for free and not work a job, but try a little harder next time thinking about what the hell you're doing to everyone around you before acting. But I want everyone to see me as the good wife I really am. I don't have a whole lot of friends either, and I wanted to make plenty here. If that's really what you wanted, then next time don't ruin other people's lives for it. Now I hope you enjoy the next stage of your life as a wife that's coming. Goodbye. Jane started to really freak out about what was going to happen to her and started asking those in the neighborhood to help her. But when they said that she lied about all the service her husband would offer them, they made sure she knew that they couldn't help her out. And so soon after that, the divorce between my brother and her happened. When I went and put up the house for sale, Jane's parents ended up coming to the open house to apologize for what their brainless daughter had done, before saying they'd buy the house from me. They then moved into it with their daughter, but the whole time that they lived there, they scolded her about she never threw out the garbage, or about how she would never turn off any lights in the house, which always ended with them saying that it was no wonder Bart wanted to divorce her. After the divorce, my brother took advantage of being single again and started to put more time into his job. He would tell all of his customers that were sent to him by Jane that he would give them free service this time, but that the next time they came, they would have to pay. And would also apologize to them for the lies that Jane told them about the offer in the first place. And after about a month of having to do that, he started to have people showing up again for their second cut and paid him for his work and time. As for my parents and I, we ended up moving to a seaside town where we could be by sandy beach at all times. And the three of us are all enjoying this condo we bought while relaxing in the sun. You'd better stop all of that right now. I know without a doubt in my mind that you were the one who had called the reception hall and had our wedding canceled. What? What could you possibly be talking about right now? I have no idea, Nina. I just got a call from the reception hall about it. They told me that a female with the same last name as the groom called the reception hall and said that she wanted the wedding canceled. But I went ahead and told them that it was not me. Oh my. You totally forgot about you calling them to cancel that wedding, did you? So not only are you a moneyless loser, but you seem to have no brain in that head of yours, Nina. Well, it's totally worth having that wedding canceled now if you can't seem to control yourself. What? You called them yourself to ask for the wedding to be canceled, right? Yet you went and forgot all about that and then started to blame me for being the one to call them. Could this mean you have a split personality or something? I'm sorry, but I don't want to become the sister-in-law of a woman with those problems. I think having the wedding canceled is the right move here. You are really trying so hard to hide the fact that you did this. Well, if you really want me to believe I did it myself, then so be it. At least you called the dummy reception hall that we set up for, so it's not like the actual wedding will be affected at all. Huh? You wait just a second. What do you mean by the dummy reception hall? To tell you the truth now, we lied to you about the location of our wedding. We're really having it take place at a completely different place. What did you say? You've always been up to no good when it comes to me, so we had to act ahead of you. I mean, before, it was you canceling the reservations we had for the restaurant we planned on meeting you and your parents at. Then it was you canceling the reservation for us to go and have a look at some houses. So in order to be one step ahead of you, this time we set up a fake wedding, and you took the bait. I cannot believe this. You lied to me in order to save your guys' wedding? Were you guys planning on never telling me the actual location of your wedding and just having me not show up to it? Me, the daughter of a CEO? Me, who is the one whose father is the owner of a very powerful company? We weren't planning on not having you come or anything like that. We planned to tell you the real location of the wedding the day before. But seeing that you actually did fall for our trap and tried to cancel our wedding, your brother and I were totally right having set up a dummy wedding for you. You're the worst woman ever, telling the daughter of a CEO, me, a lie like that. I didn't lie to you in order to mess with you or anything, right? I just wanted to make sure this wedding would be safe from your antics. And, well, I'm happy we did end up making a plan for you. You frickin' cheeky woman. I don't want you to ever be a part of my family. I cannot believe that my little brother is wanting to marry some moneyless woman like you. No matter what you try and do to save your wedding, I'm going to have it canceled. No matter what, it's looking more and more like a good idea to me to keep the actual wedding's location a secret from you. Shut up! Do not talk back to me like that, you poor loser! I know that you only want to be a part of my family in order to get to my family's assets. I do not want some sly woman like you in my family taking all that we've worked so hard for. No matter what you do, that wedding is not going to happen. I'll make sure of it. I hope you aren't set on having a future being married to a wealthy man.
I just saw your text. I never would have thought my sister would actually take the bait and try to have our wedding canceled like that.
But luckily we did set up that dummy, so our wedding is still in the clear. However, we really need to start thinking about what to do with your sister. I didn't actually think that she'd be this against the two of us getting married.
I'm shocked by how far she's going myself. She really did it this time, trying to cancel what's going to be the happiest day of our lives.
Do you know why she's so against you and I getting married, though? I get that the family I come from is average compared to your family, Aiden. But she keeps treating me horribly because she thinks I'm without any money. There has to be another reason behind why she doesn't want me to marry you. Do you think I upset her in some way a while back and never noticed any of it?
No, I don't think there's any other reason to her craziness right now. She just doesn't like the fact that you're going to marry me. You haven't done anything wrong, Nina, so don't worry about that.
What? So she just doesn't like me then? So she doesn't like me marrying you, and that's what's driven her to do all this insane crap?
I'm sure you've already noticed this about her, but Danielle's pride is very high. She's been the daughter of a CEO ever since she was born and has been treated to pretty much everything because of it. And because of that upbringing, she has always looked down on those around her, finding that her own family will always be better than everyone else. Because of that, my dad has chosen to give up on her completely.
What?
My dad has already told me his plans regarding her. He said that he's going to end up giving his company to me when he retires. When she found out about that, she flipped. I guess she just assumed that she'd be getting the company without having to show anything for it, and would be able to live her fabulous life forever. That is probably another reason why she doesn't want us getting married. She probably doesn't want you getting part of the money I receive as CEO when you're my wife, so she's been trying to get you out of the family.
What the heck? So really, it's just her that cares about the money and your family's assets.
And I'm sure she's pretty pissed about the fact that she'll never get to become a CEO of the company my dad has. And once you're my wife, she'll probably no longer be allowed to do all the things she wants, because my mom and dad will be focused on us. She's pretty much going to lose her ability to be spoiled by the family's money, and she is not fond of that at all. And so she's going to all lengths to try and get our wedding and marriage canceled.
Well, I guess I understand now. Now there's at least some reasoning behind her madness.
My dad was always thinking of still having my sister become a part of his company. She might be a total witch, but she's not stupid. But every day her pride just continues to grow, and it's not worth it anymore for my dad to do anything with her. The fact that she thinks she's better than everyone for no good reason has really put my dad off ever wanting anything to do with her. He can tell that if he puts Danielle in charge of anything within his company, the place would fall apart in a day.
Well, nobody is going to want to work for or with someone who is going to constantly belittle them. Having her be in any leadership positions there would definitely spell trouble.
I'm sure that even she knows that she would never actually be able to handle the responsibilities, especially after she's done things like this to you. Just know that there is no way our wedding is going to be canceled by her, but we're still going to have to watch over things just to make sure.
I sure hope this wedding doesn't get harmed by her. She's like some kind of wild cat with claws that keep on going every time she feels that her future of luxury and money is being threatened.
I think once the wedding is over, she's going to give up once and for all. So, although I'm sure this is causing you a lot of worry, can you just deal with her a little more? We just have to make it to the wedding, and after that, things will be all right.
Well, we only have a month left before the wedding, right? As long as she doesn't find out about the true location of our wedding, everything's going to be fine on my end. Let's make sure this wedding goes perfectly, all right? Do you see what happens now? I think this means your wedding is canceled now. I mean, you're the bride, but you're all covered in that dark red wine now. That beautiful white wedding dress of yours is completely covered in it. What the hell do you think you're doing, Danielle? Do you have any idea what you just did to me? Pouring wine all over me like that from behind? Well, it's your fault for never telling me about your actual wedding plans until the last minute. Had you just told me, then we would have never had to come to this point we're at now. Do you really want for our wedding to be canceled that badly? Even if you are able to cancel this wedding, it's not going to increase your chance of getting the company from your dad any. Shut the hell up, you moneyless witch! I am never going to give up on getting my dad's company. The company, the money it has, and all the other assets from it are going to be mine because I'm my dad's first child. So to me, a woman like you coming into the wedding with my brother is nothing more than an obstacle. Excuse me? My dad has been saying he plans on giving the company to Aiden, but I think there's still time. A man that's been slighted by his older sister is never going to run any company. So I've been making plans all along to make sure the company falls back into my hands. I have to make sure that you and him don't get married, because if you were to become a part of my family and then started to have kids, both of my parents would fall for their grandbabies and would never turn around and let me have the company ever again. So that's why I'm going all out to make sure you never marry Aiden. So that's your reasoning behind all this then? You poured wine all over me because of your future? I find that moneyless lowlives like you look great covered in red, sticky wine. And actually, I think that once my dad sees how you look right now, he'll be on the same page as me. He would never want a disgusting woman like you to become a part of his great and wealthy family. Huh? Go ahead and cry about it, you baby. I loved the look on your face after I drenched you in wine. Thinking of how much it looked like you wanted to cry makes me laugh my butt off. You are the worst. And I mean that. Get your laughs in now for all the rude things you've done to me, because after today, you won't be laughing anymore. Stop it with all that talking and hurry up on canceling this wedding. I want a poor loser like you to get out of my life forever. You can't have a wedding anymore when you're covered in wine from head to toe. Then I guess this wedding is canceled. And once you've done that, never come around my family again. I want you to promise me that you'll stay away from my family and our money forever. I don't really care about all that, but are you sure that you're okay with this? You're about to be losing your dad, one of his biggest customers, if this wedding is canceled. And once that's happened, who knows what's going to happen to his company? What? I think you should hurry up and go take a look at your parents' faces right now. Both of them look like ghosts right now and on the brink of collapsing. So white that the color of all this wine on my dress really pops when standing next to them. Wait a second. What kind of customer are you talking about? What? You're nothing more than an average person, right? Which means all you work are like 3 part-time jobs or something to stay afloat, right? What? You had said that yourself before, right? You were talking about how back when you were in college, you had to pay for the costs all by yourself, and that required you to work so many jobs. And you were talking about how much of a failure your parents are because they were never able to save up any money for your education. And about how those two being your parents really ruined your life and turned you into a low-life runt. My parents happen to both be very amazing people. They both love to take on large challenges and even have started businesses overseas. What? They aren't really known for having any companies here in the States, but overseas they have quite a few large ones. And I happen to be their daughter. So, just like you, I happen to be the daughter of a couple CEOs. What? For as long as I can remember, I was living overseas all my life as a young girl. But once it was time for high school, I came back to the States to go somewhere here. And while I was here back in the U.S. by myself, I got asked to do something by my parents. They said if I planned on going to college in the U.S., that I'd have to pay for it all by myself. Well, they covered some of my tuition, but besides that, I was on my own. They wanted to see just how well I could handle myself when challenged with having to be my only supporting pillar. What? And after a while of being on my own, I was able to get the hang of life and work for whatever money I needed. That's why I was talking about how in college I had to pay for everything myself. And that's why I was having to work so many part-time jobs. So that's what was going on? But of course, as a student, you can really only make so much for yourself. So for a while, I did have to struggle a bit with choosing what I could and couldn't afford. But when I think back on all that, the experience I gained was really worth it. I was able to learn how to manage my life with just a little bit of money I earned. And I don't think you should be making fun of me for gaining that kind of experience. If anything, you should be respecting me for going through something like that and making it out okay. Oh crap. My mom and dad are looking for me right now. You just told me they were both ghostly white, but right now they're as red as lobsters. I can tell that they're really, really pissed off. I'm sure they are. You went ahead and poured wine all over the bride on her wedding day. And this wasn't just about marrying your brother, but about the talks I had with your dad on a business level. I think it's only fair that everyone involved in those talks would be pissed at you. But I didn't know you were this kind of person back when I did all of that, so this was just bound to happen. Go ahead and make up all kinds of excuses for it. I'd like you to go and tell your dad all of them right now. I'm going to go now. And just as you had wanted, this wedding is being canceled. Please help me, Nina. Do something to get my dad to stop being so upset with me. What was that? What's happened to you? Did all those excuses you have not work out so well? He didn't listen to a thing I said and slapped me 3 times across my face. He has never touched me before like that. My face is super swollen now and it really stings. Wow, so he's a lot more mad than even I thought. This is all horrible. He's told me that he had planned to talk at the wedding about how my brother would be the next CEO of his company. And he had a lot of the bigwigs from his company there at the wedding to hear about the news. He wanted this wedding to double as a party for the news about Aiden becoming the next confirmed CEO. Wow, is that right? But now he's blaming me for the whole thing crumbling into shambles, and that I'm the cause for what will soon be a huge mess that he has to clean up regarding the company. And he's told me that I've embarrassed the whole family. And now that I think about it, there were around 200 people joining us for the wedding. And most of those people there happened to be a lot of the people we know from work, and those that are currently working for your dad. My dad slapped me with all his strength, Nina. He wants me to leave his family now. He told me he doesn't even see me as his daughter anymore, so I'm to leave the house. Really? So your dad is cutting ties to you now? He is! I tried to apologize to him so many times now, but no matter how much I try, he's not going to listen to me. He's even told me he's done giving me any money and that I'm to get my own money now. I'm going to be kicked out of the house right now and will be forced to live on my own. And he doesn't want me ever coming around the family again. You've always been feeding off the money that your dad's given you, right? Life's going to be pretty difficult now without any money going to you anymore. You think that my life is going to only become difficult now? I won't be getting anything from them anymore, so life is impossible for me now. I can't live without someone giving me money. But you can live in an impossible state. You just have to try is all, and then I'm sure you'll find some way to carry on, right? I don't want to try, though. I want you to go and make things right for me with my dad. If you can do that for me, then I'll be kind with you from now on. I'll even allow you to marry Aiden. What? We won't be just sister-in-laws then, but actual sisters. We already are that way, right? Sisters? You would never want your older sister to go through all this crap like I am now, right? So as my little sister, go and do something to make sure I'm saved. You do think of me as your sister, right? You've always been an only child, which means you have been dying to have a sister of any kind. If you help me out with this, then I'll be your older sister forever. I don't need some scummy older sister like you, so no thanks. What? And I don't feel bad for you at all, actually. So please stop trying to get me to help with your struggle. Do you have any idea what terrible things you've just said to your older sister? I'm trying so hard to get someone to help me out here, and I've even said I'll be nice to you from now on, and you're still going to fight back?
If you think that Nina is fighting back at you for what you've done to her after calling her such horrible things, then you really are a monster of a woman. You have no right to be asking anyone for help after what you did to her at the wedding yesterday. You ruined that wedding of ours and still haven't seemed to realize that yet.
What? Wait, is that you, Aiden? Do you have Nina's phone now?
I'm asking you to please just leave Nina and I alone, all right? I'm going to be getting the company from Dad very soon. And once that happens, there will be no place in this family for you.
Wait a sec. Why are you not on my side in all of this? You're my little brother.
Well, if you wanted me to side with you, you should have acted like a grown-up.
What?
Your pride has grown too big for your own good, and it's made living with you as your sibling hell. You always acted like everyone around us was horrible while trying to be kind to me. But it always had the opposite effect, leading up to you ruining my wedding with the woman I love. I was really hoping that you would get along with her, because I wanted to make her my wife, but you never came around to her, and that pushed me to my limits.
What?
On the most important day of my life, you poured wine all over the most important woman of my life. I don't care how long I've been your family, I'm not forgiving you over that. Now that I'm next in line to becoming the CEO, I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power to keep you away from us. I'm going to get rid of the horrible influence that's been tarnishing my family's name once and for all.
What? Wait a second, Aiden. What the hell has happened to you? You were never the kind of boy that would say such scary things as that to me.
I told you, I have to get rid of the bad influence in my family. In order to do that, I need to change into a real man. The man my family needs. The man that has to be here to protect his wife who's been hurt. I've had enough of you, Danielle.
No way.
This is not just Dad kicking you out of the family, but everyone. We are all finished with your BS and are cutting ties to you. Never, ever come around us again.
But that's not going to be good for me. I've never worked a job in my life, and you know that. And I've just been trying to live off the money Dad makes with his company. Please do anything besides cutting ties to me and ending the money you give me.
Then you get your butt over to us right now and apologize in person. You come tell us just how sorry you really are after ruining our wedding. If you want to be forgiven for all your sins, then you're going to have to start by begging. I want you on your hands and knees begging us for forgiveness after pouring wine all down my wife's head and dress.
What?
Although I'm sure you of all people will never be able to understand what I'm asking for. You probably have no idea what trouble you've just caused for her whole family yesterday.
But you're asking me to get on my hands and knees, all because I poured some wine on her?
I never said I was going to force you to come here. I'm just saying that if you don't come over here right now begging for our forgiveness, then we are done with you.
What?
Honestly, I'm starting to think it's better not to forgive you. I'd actually like to see you struggle for the rest of your life after what you've done. I want you to turn out like Nina after having to go through a difficult time in life that's made you fend for yourself. Do your best with that new life you have coming, Danielle. I promise I'll be doing my best as the next CEO of Dad's company.
After that, I'm not sure if it was her pride getting the best of her or not, but Daniela never came to us to apologize and beg. And she eventually did end up getting kicked out of her parents' house and forced into a small apartment downtown where she's begun living on her own. But, of course, never having learned how to take care of herself, she's had trouble finding a part-time job where she can actually last more than a couple of days. So because of that, she's had a really rough time getting back on her own 2 feet. However, I'm thinking that someday she will be able to learn her way around and become a better adult from it. As for Aiden and myself, I had managed to have a spare dress prepared for me in case any sort of damage occurred to the main dress. So all I had to do was go grab that backup dress and wear it to my wedding, which had been put back on. But before getting the wedding started again, we made sure to not let Daniela get any word of it. So we made sure everyone didn't post or say anything about it online to keep her away. I really hope that by having her excluded from the rest of her family and the company now, she'll learn that everything she did was wrong. And hopefully, if and when that day comes around, she's supporting herself well enough that she never has to make an attempt to come back. Hey, Gabe. I just got an email from this jewelry shop online. And, well, I think it's some kind of a scam.
You're telling me they're trying to scam us?
Actually, I just got a call from their store as well. They've told me in both the email and over the phone now that last week while in their store we dropped a handkerchief on the floor.
What?
They then told me that they'd be sending it to our house for us as long as I provided them with the house address. But this to me seems like some kind of scam. What do you think? We haven't been to any jewelry stores lately. And they are now asking us to give them our address. So I'm thinking before I do any of that, I'm going to let the police know what's going on here.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to call the police about that one. I'm going to give that store a call right now, so you can go ahead and relax about it.
What?
I don't think they need to be sending us anything in the mail, so I'll go to the store and see what they want. Can you tell them that right now, if you're still on the phone with them?
So you're telling me this isn't a scam at all, but that you actually went there before? Did you end up going out to a jewelry store the other day, Gabe? Oh, did you go out looking for a present for me? It will be our 5-year anniversary next month, right?
Huh? Who do you think is going to be buying you any kind of present? I'm not going to be wasting my money on a 5-year anniversary like that.
Wasting? This is going to be our 5-year wedding anniversary, though. Well, if you weren't there shopping for me, then why were you there at all? What did you end up buying there, and for who?
Well, I was there for my little sister, Jillian. That girl just got back from being overseas for school finally. And she said to me that she's chosen where she's going to be working now. So as a way of celebrating her accomplishments, I planned on getting her a present from that store.
What? So, Jillian is back in the States now? Also, it's awesome to hear that she was able to find a company that would hire her right off the bat. Well, I suppose you're going to have to celebrate something like that.
So now that you know why, I'm going to head over to that store later and get what I forgot.
If you're all right with it, I can head over there for you and get the handkerchief. I was just planning on heading out of the house to go shopping myself.
Don't do that. I just told you that I'm going there later to get it. Don't you dare suggest such needless crap like that to me again.
What was that? I just thought I'd be helping you out by doing that.
I'm telling you to shut up and just focus on the home and nothing else. Don't you dare concern yourself with anything else regarding that store. This is an order from your husband.
Max, thank you so much for the present celebrating me finding a job. I can't believe you'd get me such a nice journal as this. I'll make sure to use it every day at work. You don't have to thank me, Jillian. Actually, I'm sorry that my present to you was a bit late. I had only just heard from your brother a little while ago about how you'd found yourself a job now. No worries, okay? I've been really busy with everything after getting back to the US, so I never had time to say anything to too many people. I'm sorry about not getting the news out to you sooner. As a way of showing my thanks, let me take you somewhere out to eat. I actually happen to have some gifts for you from overseas, so it'd be nice to meet. Really? Oh, thank you so much for them. Then I'd love to go out to eat with you then. Oh, on that day, I'd love for you to wear whatever piece of jewelry it was that your brother had gotten for you. I really want to know what he ended up getting you from that store a couple weeks ago. What? I was supposed to get something from Gabe? I've never actually been given any kind of jewelry from Gabe before yet. I think the only thing he's ever gotten me is this wedding ring, and that was years ago. And, well, it's just a wedding ring, and all women get them from their husband. I want to know what a man like Gabe got for his cute little sister. I was actually quite surprised when I heard he was getting you anything at all. What the heck are you going on about right now? I haven't gotten anything from him yet. What? But he should have given you some kind of jewelry as a present for getting your first big job, right? Gabe went out by himself to get that for you and was never going to tell me about it. Well, I haven't gotten anything from him at all. And wait, he was going to get me jewelry as a present? What? He hasn't even ever gotten me presents for my birthday, so I doubt he'd give me anything over this. He and I have never been that close to one another, so I don't think he's ever going to get me anything. But before, Gabe was telling me about how he was at that jewelry store getting something for you as a gift. That's at least what he was telling me at the time. Max, there is something that I've been wanting to tell you about, and I was hoping to do so when we met in person to eat, but, I think my brother might be cheating on you. What? Gabe is? Right after getting back into the country, I had gone out to see my brother for the first time in a long time, and he had brought a friend along with him. She was very young and short, and he had his arm around her shoulder as they walked up to me. No way. I thought that perhaps the two were just close or something, but after what you just mentioned, I think I know what's been going on. I even saw him again another time while out with some friends, and he was with that same girl, only this time his hand was around her waist. I know it's been a long time since I've seen him from the back, but I know that man was him, with the same woman. But Gabe has always been so busy with his job. He shouldn't have the time to be going out with another woman right now. He might just be calling it work when he's really going out with another woman behind your back. I had another friend that had the same thing happen to her when her man was cheating on her. And in the end, those two broke up. Are you kidding me? Don't you find what's going on with Gabe in that jewelry store a little off? I haven't gotten anything from him yet. However, he was telling you that he was there to get me some kind of jewelry for my present? He was. Now that you mention it, something isn't right here. And now that I'm thinking about it, today is his day off from work, but he's not home. For the past few weeks, it's been this way, actually, with him telling me he's always had to go out to eat, leaving me at home alone. I think that right there is proof that he's cheating on you. And if he were actually working as much as you might want to think he is, then he'd be working way too many hours a week for the job he has. You've said that he's always out late every weekday for work, and now he's also out doing things that he wants to make seem like work or meetings on the weekend. And he should be tired from all of that, but instead he's always ready to leave the house with so much energy. I think I should take a moment to look into this some more. I think it's going to be really difficult for you to deal with the truth of him actually cheating on you. So if you're going to dive into what he's doing like that, be ready for a very sour truth. And of course, I'm on your side in all of this, so you can ask for my help with anything. Thank you, Jillian. To be honest, for a little bit, I have been worried he might be cheating on me. But I never wanted to find out if it was true or not, so I just chose not to think about it. However, having you beside me now, it gives me some confidence. My brother's always been a bit sloppy with things, so I'm sure you'll get some evidence in no time. If things get out of hand, make sure to call me the moment you need my help. I will be right at your side with the snap of your fingers.
I finally made it out here. Now, while I'm out of the country for work, I'd like you to take good care of the house.
Sure thing. Leave it to me. Do your best on your very first business trip out of the country. I'm sure it might be a little tough at first, but with you being you, you'll get used to things there.
Well, of course I'll be fine. My company seems to think that I've been doing an awesome job and knows that I'll be perfectly fine in another country while working for him. I'm going to make sure that with this business trip, I'll prove him right and make something happen for the company here.
Well, while you're out there, do you mind buying me something as a gift to bring home? You're out there for a while, so when you have some downtime, you can buy me some treats that we can't really get in the U.S. Also, would you mind picking me up some spices and things like that from there as well? I would love to try cooking with them sometime.
Huh? I'm not in another country on vacation right now. This is all about work. I was never asked by the company to go out buying things for you, so shut up.
You don't have to get that upset with me over a simple request. I'm totally fine with just some things from the gift shop in their airport.
You're such an idiot. A very businessman like me does not have the time to be out buying things for you, alright? Now, I'd like to focus solely on my job here, so please do not call me or text me while I'm gone. Molly, I finally made it over here. Molly, when are you supposed to be arriving here? I really want to hurry up and have you in my arms on this island. Or without anybody knowing about it.
What was that?
Oh, was somebody having themselves a little nap on the plane? I made sure to give you a call this morning to make sure we talked through everything regarding the trip, right? I hope you got enough sleep. There, you sleepyhead. And get out to me on time. I've always been so nice and on time with you, so you better not still be on your plane or in the airport taking your time with the luggage. You'll only make me upset.
Oh, how scary. I made sure to sleep a bunch on the plane and am coming out to meet you now. Only a few more minutes and I'll be seeing you again, Gabe.
Hey now, Molly. You and I are finally on our first vacation with one another. so please call me Daddy this time. I don't know anybody on this island, neither do you, so you can go all out with showing how much you love me. I'm madly in love with you, and I hope you're just the same way with me.
I'm so happy to hear that, Daddy. But I'm wondering if you'll be able to manage that love for me for a whole week. If you become too crazy for me while we're here, your wife might find out and do who knows what to you when you go home.
That'll never happen, so I'll be fine. My wife is the most stupid idiot on this planet. She can't even see that I've been cheating on her for a while now, so I'll be A-okay.
What? Your wife is really that much of an idiot?
Oh, she's so stupid that it killed the love for her I once had. Oh, just a little while back she found out about me going to that jewellery store and should have been able to catch a hint then. All I did was tell her a small little lie about how I was shopping for my little sister. She never suspected a thing. But even right now, she's convinced I've gone overseas for a business trip. Yeah. She's never going to doubt a single thing I'm doing, that brainless idiot.
What? You keep going on and on about how stupid she is, and it's making me feel a little bad for her.
She just happens to be a crappy wife is all. You're being too nice by feeling bad for her. If you keep acting like that, I might stop wanting to meet you. Yeah, but I won't ever want to stop meeting you, my little Molly Wally. Been looking forward to this vacation with you for so long. And starting today, you and I are going to be making love for a whole week. You can go ahead and forget about my stupid wife. Let's make this a vacation we'll never forget.
Have fun on the last vacation you'll ever be taking.
What?
Just like you're wanting. I'm going to make sure this last vacation is one you'll never be able to forget. I'm going to make sure while you're on that trip with her, I'm by your side the whole time following you. This is going to be our last time spent together, so I'd like to spend it taking all kinds of photos of you both together. And, by the way, I'm with Molly right now on our way over, so don't worry about where she's been. And once I get over there, you can start having all the fun you want with your Molly Wally.
Huh? What's going on? Huh? Molly? This is you, right, Molly?
You can calm down, Daddy. This only happens to be the planet's #1 idiot on the other end of the phone.
What?
It seems like Daddy was so happy about being with his little girl that he started to text me instead of her. And for this whole time, you've been going on and on about your plans with her to me, so I decided to just play along like I was her. I wonder what you're going to do now about all this.
Huh? Oh, crap. I've really done it now. So you're telling me that this whole time I've been texting you and not Molly?
I told you I was just acting like her is all. I can't believe you never started to notice anything.
You're kidding me, right?
I'm about to be getting on the plane now to be there right beside you. So can you please wait a little longer for me to get there?
No. Wait. All this is very much not okay, right? Something's up here. What the actual frick is going on?
What? What's not okay about all of this?
I admit that I made a mistake by sending all those texts to you instead of her, but why are you with Molly right now? You stayed back at the house after saying goodbye to me today, right?
And right after that, I headed straight for the airport myself. I knew all about the plans you had with Molly to go to the Bahamas and have a little secret vacation together. And I knew about how you'd both be heading over there on different planes. And so I aimed to go on the same plane as her, and right now we are both on our way to see you.
Huh? You knew about all this before I left the house?
Even the biggest idiot this planet has ever seen was able to notice that something was up with you the whole time. So I went ahead and planned some things out myself and started to look into what was really up with you. And what I found out was that you'd be saying you were going on a business trip, but you really planned on going to the Bahamas with Molly. And so after finding all of that out, I planned on filling out our divorce papers and then leaving you for good. But then I thought it would be even more fun to come along and be there with you guys.
You have this all wrong, Max. I'm sure this might all look like I'm going on a vacation to cheat on you, but this is actually about business.
What?
Well, that trip overseas was changed to me just going to the Bahamas. I'm sure you have no idea what I mean when I say that, since you're just a housewife. But companies asking their employees to change locations like that last minute for work is quite common, and this time they asked me to come here.
Then you were just planning on having the woman you're cheating on me with come along with you to do business in the Bahamas?
Molly actually happens to be one of my co-workers. She happens to be one of my subordinates, and well, we're so close to one another that we give each other nicknames like that. That whole conversation I thought I was having with her just then, it was all a gag we usually do.
You think with the way things are now, you're still going to be able to fool me? From what I can tell by looking at her, she is in clothing not acceptable for work, and she only has a small bag on her that does not look like it's filled with things for work. Tell me, what about a girl like her is your co-worker for this business trip?
I'm actually the one who brought all of our things along for us. I'm sure you just have no clue what's going on here, since you're just a housewife. When it comes to business trips like this, where more than one person's going and one of the employees happens to be female, the male co-workers will bring her things for her.
That is just messed up. I might have only just started working for a big company like you, but even I know there is no rule like that. I have heard about all sorts of things when it comes to business, but I have not ever once heard about how the men have to bring along the women's things on a business trip.
What?
You think that just because she's a housewife, she doesn't know a thing about your world? If anything, you're making yourself look like more of an idiot than you've painted Max as. You are aware that before getting married, Max was working full-time herself and is very much aware of a lot of the rules when it comes to business. You really did not think things through in making up a lie like that for her.
Oh, wait. This doesn't seem like Molly or Max right now.
I'm sorry. Hi, Gabe. This is me, your little sister, Jillian.
What? Jillian too? Why are you with Max now as well?
You know, I came along with her in order to help her deal with you. When I heard about her going on this trip to follow you and Molly out on your little vacation overseas, I thought that was very brave of her. But then I began to worry. And so I'm going to make this my last fun trip before entering that company I've been hired into.
What?
So that means right now it's not just Molly and Max anymore coming your way, but myself as well. I am so looking forward to this week-long vacation in the Bahamas.
Come back to me, Max. You can't just go right back to your parents' house the moment we got home. Don't you think you can rethink divorcing me over this?
I can't do that anymore. I plan to hand in the divorce papers soon, so can you please sign them and then send them to me?
Please do not ask me to do things like that. I won't cheat on you anymore. I was just having a little fun is all.
I don't really give a crap what any of that meant. All I care about is how I feel now and about all the scars you've given me. I want to get away from the man who thinks it's okay to cheat on his wife and go overseas for a little rendezvous, and I'm going to be doing that right now.
But I'm telling you, I'll never stab you in the back like that again. All that whole time we were in the Bahamas, I was apologising to you, right? When it came to your hotel and all the food, I was the one that paid. I had to do all of that to make up for what I did to you, so don't you dare keep asking for more from me.
Excuse me? Are you in the position right now to be getting upset with me?
I'm wondering if you even know what position you're in right now. You're the housewife that's been having to rely on my income to survive. Do you really want to push me away from you with that divorce? The moment my money stops going to you, you'll be done for, you idiot.
And that's why, in order to get myself back out there, I'm planning to get every last penny out of you. I'm going to not only be getting half of what we owned, but I'll also be getting a settlement from you. So please pay it off.
What?
That's right. I've been in talks with a lawyer this whole time. That's why, along with those divorce papers, I'll be handing in forms on a settlement that I'd like to receive from you. You may have been the most insufferable, cheating husband, but you at least made some good money, so I'll be taking that now. Then I'll be able to take my time getting my life back on track.
Hey, wait a sec. You've already been talking to the lawyer about all this?
I learned from your sister that speed is of the essence when getting rid of vile insects like you. That's why I've been preparing for this day for weeks now.
You're lying to me, right? So then, you really are being serious about this divorce.
Once you and I are through with, then you can go ahead and have all the fun, loving time you want with Molly. You should be very excited for this divorce.
No freaking way. I'm excited. Her and I are done talking to one another now. And that's because you started asking her to give you a settlement as well.
Well, I need her to be responsible for laying a hand on my husband. So before she could run away from all this, I made sure my lawyer got in touch with her and made things very official. She's already paid me now, but I get you both are no longer a thing.
Her and I broke up so you can give all this up now, dang it. I'm asking you please not to ask for a divorce. I've been stressed by work for so long and I just needed a breath of fresh air with her.
So in order for you to get that breath of fresh air, you're totally okay with hurting your wife? You're fine with calling her brainless and an idiot and all kinds of other horrible things? Can you show me where something like that is written down saying it's okay?
Well, that was...
You and I are getting a divorce. This was decided long ago by you, before I even knew anything about you cheating on me. And you only made your feelings about wanting one even more apparent by going on that trip with Molly. But I never thought that you'd do a 180 like this and start asking for me to stay with you.
That's because I don't want you leaving me. I just cheated on you one time is all right.
You say that like one time of cheating is totally okay and moral. Did you know that this whole time you've been cheating on me, I've been having to go through sleepless night after sleepless night thinking about you? I thought that I'd finally made my point and the outcome for you all clear and that I'd finally get a good night's worth of sleep. But you want to try and fix things with me now after all that? What's been done cannot be fixed, and I have a phone full of messages that you accidentally sent to me proving so.
What?
Well, let me tell you that recently I've had this problem where I'll put my phone in my pocket and it'll start sending screenshots that I've taken to random people. And when I lay down in bed and put it on the charger, my phone will open an app and send things to people both you and I know.
Hey, stop that. That is not okay to be talking about, alright? Right? You and I can get divorced, okay? But please take all those screenshots of our conversation, all the photos of me and Molly in the Bahamas, and delete them.
I'll do that for you, as long as you sign the papers and send me the money I'll ask for. Now, I'll have my lawyer get in touch with you in a few days here, so please work together with them to get your money situation with me all figured out. After that, I was able to safely get a divorce from Gabe, and along with that, I was also able to get all the money I had asked for from him. Soon after that, I got a text from Jillian telling me to focus on getting a job first and that I would have time to relax later on. So with all the advice she gave me, I was able to enjoy the money I received from Gabe and Molly while going out and looking for a proper job again. And while I've been at it, I'm thinking of taking a few online classes to help me get certifications that'll get me into the career I want faster. Now, when it comes to what happened to Gabe after the divorce, he ended up being disowned by his whole family who found out what happened. But it wasn't just his family, though, that found out. As a little while later, some of his coworkers learned about what happened with him while he was in the Bahamas. He had actually been doing so well for himself at his job, but with this rumor about him spreading around, his higher-ups began to think otherwise about the kind of man he was. So as of right now, he is still stuck working for that company while getting some of the worst looks from everyone in the office.